Hi folks, it's the dude. Yesterday we went and did a little rock hounding. Mostly quartz in this area. You can pick up some jasper. It's not very good jasper. I don't pick up very much of it. I'm not sure what this stuff is. I call it quartzite. Maybe somebody from Iowa will let me know if that's not the proper stuff. But there's a lot of it around in this area. I think it'll shine up well. This was kind of a nice piece. Looks like it's a jasper and a quartz. I'll throw that in the tumbler. This one here looks interesting. This, I believe, is a banded shirt. Doesn't have banding all around, but yeah, we'll tumble it and see what it does. The find of the day was a Septarian nodule, which I didn't expect to find. These rocks have not been cleaned except for this one. I went ahead and scrubbed it with a little soap and water, and I think that's all you're supposed to do with these. It's a pretty neat rock. I'll probably just leave it plain as a sample. So I'll get these in some cleaning solution of some sort. And then I've got 4 tumbler changes to do today. And since I have all the tumblers shut down, I'm going to go ahead and clean my towels. All the towels in the rock dungeon need cleaned once in a while. And I'll clean out these barrels. We'll be back, take a peek at them. So the first barrel change out is the AR1, our slower barrel. And mainly it has smoky quartz and Girasol opal in it. I'm not going to show a whole lot of that. It's pretty well the same, but this piece here has a little bit of a flash there. Can you see that on the end? That's the Girasol opal. That one has a little bit of a flash in it too. See if I can get it at the right angle. Oh, maybe it's right there. Can you see that? So there's going to go back in. This one's looking good. And send that along. This one's nice and clear. And you'll notice there's some pieces in here that are not quartz. A friend of mine went to England and he wanted some of these shined up. So in order to not get them mixed up with other rocks, I'm putting them in with this quartz. I definitely won't confuse them. But these are going to go along today. That's what we have finished so far. We're just about ready to get to the final stages. I only have that much left in my recycle bucket. This one is not going to get any better through rough tumbling. But I'll add it to the final stages. We'll see if we can get it to polish. It should take a polish. It's just very, very pitted. Our second barrel is the Model T. It has rocks from Washington State from Michael W. I'm going to send these 4 pieces along. They're looking pretty good. That one has just a little bit of soft material on the end of it, but I'm not going to be able to get rid of that. That one looks real good. So those are going to go into the finished bucket. That's what we have finished so far. That's what we have left to recycle. These are actually going back in, but I wanted to look at some of these jaspers. They're kind of a variated jasper, and they're very close. That one's got a pit. I'm not sure if I'll get rid of that completely. It's got a little spot there. That one there will take quite a bit of work, if we get it all. We might end up putting a chisel on it, snapping off that half. This one is very close. It's a very nice agate. It looks really good except for just a little spot up here. A little spot over there. These jaspers are really neat if I can get them down. Sounds like they're really stirring up a ruckus upstairs. That one's really, really close. That side doesn't bother me. It's got just a little pit there. That side I'd like to work on just a little. Maybe one more week on that one. And this one has some common opal in it that looks really neat. As I pulled the top off the AR6, the false lid is finally roughed up enough. It's adhering to the real lid. It'll ride along beside that. Shouldn't let in any big pieces. It's looking really good. Looks like it'll work. Okay, so things have calmed down upstairs a little bit. They were doing a craft project and we're cleaning up after that. We've got a wedding coming up. So I've gone to the medium barrel. I'm going to send this handful of stuff on. A few Botswanas, some crazy lace. Look at this one here. It's got a druzy pocket in there I don't want to get rid of, but the pattern on this stuff's really, really neat. So that's going to move along. These I'm going to keep rolling, but we're going to look at a couple pieces. That one you can really see down into it. Really cool rock. I'd like to get rid of a couple of these little flaws here before I move it along. This is a piece of our haunted ridge, and we're not going to get rid of all those holes, but I think it'll polish up well. I'm going to roll it for a little bit longer. This one's kind of a neat rock. I don't know if I'll get rid of that pocket there. It's got some eyes, some really deep eyes right through there. It's a Botswana agate. Just going to roll it a little bit longer. This is a piece of crazy lace. We're going to roll it a little bit longer and try to get rid of that stuff. Along the top it has a bunch of crystals and there's some pockets that we're probably not going to get rid of. I'm probably going to have to leave those in there. But I'm certainly not going to roll it long enough to get rid of all that stuff. It's pretty cool. And this is a Botswana. It has a couple really cool eyes back there. And shadow banding. I just like to work on that a little bit more before I move it along. And those are tubes on that side. I'm not going to get rid of those. So those go down in. And this is kind of a, well, it's amethyst, I believe. I think it came with the crazy lace. It was the only purple piece we had. Thought I'd show that. I don't really have enough recycle. In fact, we don't have a recycle right now to fill up this barrel. So I'm going to go through the 15-pound barrel and fill this with some of the better stuff from that barrel. So lastly, we get to our Model B, the 15-pound barrel. This has a lot of the haunted ridge agate in it. I moved a couple pieces along. Mainly they were local pieces of jasper or quartz. Some of the smoother pieces I went ahead and put in the AR6. We're going to look at it on just a couple pieces. This is that large piece that I bought at a silent auction. We're still going to roll it a little bit more, see if we can't get a little smoother. A couple pieces of haunted ridge with some crystal pocket in the center, donut shaped pieces. we're going to keep rolling them. You know, we might get that side looking good. That side not so much. Some of this haunted ridge isn't looking too bad. I think this all came from the same seam. And I think it'll polish up. We're just working on the top and the bottom a little bit before we send it on. This is also haunted ridge. It's looking pretty good, really. Getting rid of that little low spot there. And that'll probably go along to the finishing steps. That one's breaking apart a little bit there. So this is still an experiment. I expect to be rolling this stuff for quite a while. Whoops, I dropped that piece and I broke it. It's not surprising I broke it. I decided to pull this out because it was so porous. And that's going to be a driveway rock. So we're going to fill up this barrel the rest of the way with locally collected material, some quartz, some chert, some jasper that we've collected locally. We're running low on bought material, at least in tumbling size. I have some pieces I can cut up. Notably, I've got a piece of mookaite here that I'm going to be chopping up. And I've also got some tiger's eye. I think we might have 10, 12 pounds of tiger's eye we're eventually going to cut up. You know, things are tough, so we save pennies where we can. That's all I have for you today. And until next time, be happy, be kind, and make your home a safe place. Bye, everyone.